They're going up against BalloonBoy and Hideaway. It's Wukong and Onyx. Demon Island for game number 1. Let's get started.
Alrighty, blue team starting with the weapon advantage, having the spear and the gauntlet. Hideaway immediately chasing high, but the red team right back to where they start, being so good at continuing, ending with ground pound. I love it.
Yeah, that's been a Ryze and Soul classic. Whether it's unarmed or with the bow, ground pound, or even with spear, that has been their combo extension when they can't go any further than that. And Hideaway and BalloonBoy already so damaged. Does end up getting caught. Oof. Doesn't matter. The knockout was enough from Ryze alone, and Soul doesn't have to go for that either. The call was clearly made in whatever comms they were going through because Soul just stayed grounded, and Hideaway and BalloonBoy start off with a strong deficit here in game number 1. Yeah, look at that. Ryze going with the spear ground pound after that sidelight nair.
So much damage, so much space created by Ryze and Soul, and it's so surprising that even this far in a bracket run, still getting those very tight conversions, getting it on lockdown right now. The air is locked down by red team as they're continuing to juggle. BalloonBoy disrupt with the sidelight though, gets the GC and the weapon toss from
Soul tried to interrupt it.
Exactly.
I think the weapon toss ended up hitting Ryze, and it hit him back into the spear downlight. Soul does end up going down. Now Ryze in the 1v2, dodges the weapon throw, puts up the down stick, and Hideaway jumps right over it, blasts him down in the blast zone. Let's see if Soul can get avoid the 2v1 combo they were trying to set up, and he does. Gets an axe, gets the neutral light, accidentally hits Ryze, but the down stick will spike Hideaway straight down to the bottom of Demon Island as BalloonBoy tries to fight his way back with a revenge knockout.
Continuing the momentum well here, having another stock lead for them. Hideaway having to be so much more careful. Ryze getting the conversion off of that end light. Such important connections.
Neutral light ends up sending him to the left. Oh, and Hideaway not getting anything started with these side airs. BalloonBoy sent flying to the left. Ryze and Soul just waiting to see which blue team member comes to them first. Down air for BalloonBoy will stop that knockback. He does get a little bit of damage on the Soul for hitting his teammate, but they're still both behind so far. BalloonBoy could go down to any attack here. Okay, can Hideaway get the stock on Soul? No, he can't. And BalloonBoy goes down.
Bad.
The pogos begin.
What a flip! That was so smart, realizing to jump from the wall, but the end sig comes out from BalloonBoy and disrupts the edge guard just enough, charging up the down sig, hitting Hideaway away. Soul doesn't make it back after the ground pound, no chase dodge.
Dude, Ryze has got to be careful. Yeah, no, that gravity cancel delay was amazing.
Yeah.
If Ryze missed that, I think Ryze just fell.
Yeah, if you would just, we're not making it back, for sure. Your dodge is gone.
That was a read and a half. Ryze now gets the sidelight on the BalloonBoy. Hideaway super damaged, but it's Onyx, so the damage has an asterisk next to it. BalloonBoy gets the downer on the Soul, brings him into orange. It's either team's game, honestly, at this point in time. BalloonBoy gets a great gravity cancel D-light recovery, and Ryze disarms himself. So this is actually hard to call at the moment.
Oh. Sidelights up, recovery there, and Soul just barely avoids it. It's a lot of that from the blue team right now on the double gauntlets, having the pop-outs ready, goes for the end light afterwards, but gets disrupted immediately. Nothing is going to get past the blue team.
I think Ryze needed to be more aware of Hideaway there interrupting instead of immediately going for the down sig. Soul sent flying, unarmed recovery or gauntlet recovery could take him down. Nicely avoids that side air. Hideaway, it's almost like Hideaway side-sticked off the stage.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like there. Sider will take BalloonBoy down. I was convinced Hideaway had got that punish, and I was like, oh, I guess he ended up getting hit instead. A measly 345 damage coming out from the Onyx this time around. Ryze and Soul started off the game very strong with the team combo. Yeah, we got to see at the very beginning there that gravity cancel D-light. It ended up being a BalloonBoy highlight, but and then we just get to see Soul. We're showing all of the moments where the red team overextended. Okay, yeah, that was great from Ryze. Dodged right out of the way of the side sig. Hideaway had the right idea, but the move just takes a little bit too long to hit, and this is going to be the side air here on the BalloonBoy to secure game number 1. Ryze and Soul 2 games away from getting a bracket reset.
Really smart from Soul as well, realizing okay, the only way my teammate gets out of the side stick if they chase dodge up, so I'm going to get the side air out because I'm not worried about hitting my teammate. I know my teammate's going to avoid the follow-up as well, and moments like that are very important for the red team and how snappy they can be, especially in those moments where you can just get one out over your opponent.
And now we've got ourselves one of the fastest 2v2 stages that you could be on from the sheer size of it. Stocks are going to be flying in orange for sure. We're on Stock Castle, and that recovery almost takes Ryze towards the top of the stage. Look how much damage Ryze has taken so far. Tries to go in there to help Soul out. Hideaway and BalloonBoy starting off much better here. Nice combo. Fadeaway side air on the down air to tack on even more damage on the Soul as they are getting closer to taking stock number 1 here. Ryze flying around with the helicopter on the spear, but can't get the first stock.
This is pure chaos on Suzaku Castle. You're exactly right. I mean, I don't know what's going on. BalloonBoy comes out on top with that side air to close out.
I thought he was going to take the stock too, but he doesn't go down. Finally does. Ryze on the right, Soul the left. Blue team up 6 stocks to 4. They take the lead here in game 2.
quite the gambit, I feel like, to leave the stage open versus a team like BalloonBoy and Hideaway. The Wushonics seem like they're really good at controlling small spaces like this.
And also just the nature of the Wushong Onyx combos is that, like, that side signature right there from BalloonBoy going into the ground pound almost takes Ryze down. Do that ground pound, Ryze is gone. That's it. BalloonBoy goes down, and there was a moment where Hideaway evaluated that, and he was like, it's your first stock.
Yeah.
I don't need to go down to that. We'll trade stock 2 for stock 3. But yeah, there's a lot of built-in momentum from Onyx and Wushong with their signature combos to begin with.
Yep.
Means you get to the blast zone sooner, means the stocks fly faster. I think that it was a little bit of a gamble to go here. They may have left this open as well as Demon Island and got surprised by the pick, but either way, red team very far behind here in game 2 as Ryze has the most damage on the screen on that last stock as well.
I feel like they're just clicking more buttons on this map as well. I mean, there's just so many whiffs coming out, and no big punishes. Finally one there with the side air. BalloonBoy getting sent off stage. Hideaway as well. The weapon toss follows suit. BalloonBoy avoiding the ground pound, but Soul makes it back. It actually reversals because of the weapon toss. The very last hitbox, and now...
I think that's ideal for blue team to get the resets to link up, right? Like, if BalloonBoy survived a little bit longer, let Hideaway get back to the stage, iframes are gone, then goes down, there's a 1v2 opportunity. Now they get to go back on the stage, same time, get the weapons, get the knockout onto Soul. I thought that was the knockout onto Soul, but another recovery is going to have to come through there, and Ryze just has to run for his life.
Can't do much besides wait for your teammate to do something, but it doesn't come anytime soon as BalloonBoy gets the side air. Now Ryze, Sweat Beads looking to line up the ground pound.
The Hideaway ground pound, that was a little crazy. Ends up saving Ryze instead, but Ryze can't really play the game right now, so Soul is stuck in the 1v2 while Ryze just jumps around with his pressure, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll put out a down sig. Wait!
Okay, the side air into the ground pound. I like the attempt to flip from Ryze getting involved in the game.
Red team wins here.
That's crazy that BalloonBoy makes it out, but also no big punish on red team. Ryze gets back to center stage with a signature, and they get a side stick. They find the KO there. A side air trades it out.
Hideaway against Soul. Soul gets the neutral light, but Onyx defense holding on. Soul has to win the 1v1.
Oh, no dodge. Gets the dodge back. Nice dodge.
Maybe. The dare hits. The weapon throw in to pick up down air. Hideaway might get the recovery. Soul, how do you win this against the gauntlets? He spot dodges, but he doesn't react. Can he get the down stick here to get the 1v2 comeback? The neutral light hits, and that's not it. Hideaway holding on. One more neutral light could do it. Still not it. It's the left side of the stage, and he gets the snipe. Soul and Ryze win game 2. I mean, Ryze did 225 damage, PJ. It was 865 damage from Soul. He single-handedly won the game against BalloonBoy and Hideaway there.
I mean, a ridiculous showing, and kind of when they kind of said, okay, I need to really KO Ryze here, I really need to go after Ryze here, it felt like Soul was just able to get away with so much. Ryze comes through the wall.
Ryze was jumping on the right side of the stage for 2 minutes doing nothing.
That was crazy.
It was actually comical how well he was able to play that out and then find the moment to get the stock on BalloonBoy, and then Soul clutched it out against Hideaway. We're not gambling on Suzaku Castle anymore. Even though Onyx's defense saved Hideaway 3 times from Axe Neutralites, it wasn't enough, and now we're at match point for the bracket reset. Ryze and Soul are 1 game away from bringing this to the final grand final reset. Let's see if they can do it.
It's interesting how we just go straight back into a much bigger stage, and one that could hopefully give some more peace after losing that Suzaku Castle game. Hideaway stuck on the wall. Nice attempt with the ground pound there. Hideaway couldn't punish it, though, on that whiffed ground pound, and more damage getting dealt by Soul, who's just hitting BalloonBoy over and over again with his axe.
Oh, Ryze is destroying BalloonBoy in the 1v1. Goes for the neutral signature, gets the side stick on BalloonBoy. Hideaway gets a stare for his troubles, but it's not going to get the knockout here. Can he avoid the down stick from Ryze? Ryze doesn't go for it. He interrupts the catch from Hideaway. Does end up going down. Soul now stuck in the 1v2.
Like the movement from Soul, staying elusive here, gets hit and actually flips it with a side air of their own. Soul once again taking a stock.
And the nair on the BalloonBoy. Ryze starves the weapon away from Hideaway. Soul looking on the center stage, just stared away. Ryze, can he get this weapon? No, he cannot. Clashes with Hideaway, gets the down stick. Soul gets the down light just to get that extra bit of team damage. Down stick hits again. Ryze hitting so many of these attacks from Kaya's kit. Gets the downlight Soul and actually repositions with it. No downlight side air. Oh, Hideaway's in trouble. Avoids the dare, gets the ground pound. Ryze now reversaled. 3 ground pounds in a row as Ryze going down here.
Wow.
He gets pogoed. He could still go down. Finally manages to make it back, but 3 cannon ground pounds, just a ton of damage.
And it also kind of led to Soul getting KO'd as well, so they lose so many resources for it. Now Ryze at the risk of getting KO'd, but a GC side stick scoops, but doesn't score quite yet.
Oh, BalloonBoy just kicking left and right.
Oof.
That neutral light somehow explodes everybody in 3 different directions. Down air and a Sair, not going to combo into BalloonBoy just yet. Ryze picks up the spear. Down so could be a great finisher here on either of the blue team members. Let's see if he guards Soul with it. Down light, not going to knock out Hideaway. The recovery instead takes down Ryze. Hideaway's with it. High defense, holding on for so long. Soul might look for the neutral light here, but BalloonBoy stops him from even trying.
Goes for the damage, even hitting his own teammate, but saying, I want to disarm Soul here. Nice flip. BalloonBoy jumps away and waits to see if he can line up a ground pound. Another downer onto Ryze, though, and Soul can't punish any of these problems.
I was hoping that Soul would go for a sider there, but BalloonBoy gets through everything that Ryze and Soul were looking for, and they might just switch right back over to damaging Hideaway. I don't know. This is looking like a great game state for the blue team, but it was a great game state last game, too. And yet somehow the red team manages to hold, to pull through. So let's see what they can do.
I'm always scared of desyncs like this, 2 stocks and 1 stock, because if you take the stock off of Hideaway, it's a 2v1, your advantage is gone.
Oh, the ground pound hits them both!
Can you find it? Finds it, it drops into the wall, and he finds it anyway. It's a 2v1 right now, Taza.
Oh, the neutral stick gets interrupted by the Nair. Okay, Soul and Ryze have got a game plan for this situation. They just have to get him on the side of the stage. Sidelight Nair, D-light. Oh, Ryze didn't have the resources or the confidence to follow up with that, I think. Either way, they go right back to center stage. Ryze takes to the top platform. Soul gets a Nair. He is the most damage. BalloonBoy, I don't think Wushang side sig is going to take down Ryze just yet. Kaya's still decently tanky, but that's a good start. Goes for the ground pound. Ryze gets the pogo. Nice. That's going to be the reset. Ryze and Soul quickly 3-0 BalloonBoy and Hideaway to get the grand final reset.
That was crazy that it happened so quickly. It was just a 3-0. I thought it was going to go game 5 to
in the
reset.
last 2 games, the blue team had the lead the entire game to the very end.
Yep. That's a big deal for the blue team. It's definitely hurts the confidence a little bit, having such a lead and then dropping it after making 1 mistake off stage. The red team capitalized, and now you had 2 games where they were in your hands. You drop them now. Grand finals reset. No more cushion room. Whoever wins the 3 games first wins the tournament.
I wonder if we will see a legend swap coming out from BalloonBoy. I know that I was talking about it with Flambeau a little bit earlier today, where we were expecting to see maybe the double gen, which is that epic crossover for Zariel, which is something that BalloonBoy's really made a name for. Also in singles, the Diana came out to play last week. But so far, I don't even necessarily want to say that it's team composition that's costing BalloonBoy and Hideaway here. They are keeping up and even keeping the lead most of the game. It's at the very end, when everything's chaos, that seems to be when Ryze and Soul are actually the most comfortable.
I wonder if it's just the matter of Kaya and Ogrim being more tanky legends on average, just having all the defense.
Onyx is the tankiest.
That's true.
And Hideaway is living for a very long time. I don't know if BalloonBoy's got anything that could match the survivability. But you are right, in terms of stat spread, it's pretty hard to beat Ogrim and Kaya. I guess if Kaya had 1 last dex, right? Sitting there at 3 decks instead of the 2 that Ogrim is at right now. You could have a better shot, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think if I was BalloonBoy and Hideaway, I would just stick with the game plan and maybe change up the stages a little bit. The Suzaku Castle pick was a little bit of a gamble. Let's see where we go for the next game here.
I mean, we get right back into the Wushonic, so we're not getting any significant legend swaps. In fact, no legend swaps at all.
They're taking time on the maps, right? Let's see what they ban out here. They haven't gotten anything just yet. We're looking at the damage from the last game. Ryze playing phenomenal. Soul playing pretty well. I mean, heck, that one game, game 2, 868 damage, I think it was.
Yeah, and
whereas Ryze was sitting at 250.
250.
Hey, I rounded it up to 1,000.
Yeah,
we did it together. Here we go, game 1, grand final reset, last set of the weekend for Winter Championship. Winner of this set will be crowned the doubles champions for the weekend. We're starting off on the Western Air Temple for game number 1.
We start off here of obviously 2 platforms, and as well as a bigger stage, smaller side blast zones, if I'm not mistaken, so you have to be careful about that from the Wushonics team. So definitely a good pick for BalloonBoy and Hideaway. But the red team get back to regular scheduled business, covering the ground with the bow, getting some big openings with that axe, and light sends off stage. But the blue team fight back pretty effectively already. Yeah,
Ryze not finding his marks, looks for down lights, looks for end lights. They're not hitting. Hideaway gets the reversal. He is sweating though, and Soul allows Ryze to get back to the stage, but Hideaway has actually gotten a few 1-ups on Ryze on the off stage so far. BalloonBoy comes to join him with a gauntlet side light, and the double gauntlets from the blue team is putting on a lot of pressure. Hideaway, however, is taking the most damage, and the end sig will just take him out. I thought he had a little bit more oomph to live with there, but ends up going down, and BalloonBoy takes a lot of damage in the meantime as well. Neutral light into side air, not going to be enough to take him down, but Hideaway has to go out there to help him.
It's definitely scary to go off to help your teammate as well when you're on your second stock already. BalloonBoy getting an end light on Soul, and Ryze getting put in the blender, but BalloonBoy puts Hideaway in the blender as well.
Yeah.
Some team damage leading to BalloonBoy getting weapon starved as well now.
And now that he's been weapon starved, Hideaway's taken 2 axe nairs. BalloonBoy goes down. Hideaway goes to the left side of the stage, but you know red team's just going to switch right over. Spot dodges the N-Sig from Hideaway. Sidelight down here, not going to combo. And Ryze will go down to BalloonBoy. Let's see what Soul can do here. Honestly, I'd reset if I was Soul. Get some damage, go for a crazy offstage play, lose the stock, make it so that Ryze isn't alone for too long, because Ryze could take a lot of damage here if you go down in the wrong spot.
Yeah, exactly. But Soul now pushing the advantage.
Well,
Just jump, ground pound, finds the KO on the Hideaway. So
he can get another ground pound here.
That's crazy.
The weapon throw tried to stage spike him with the unarmed recovery. I like it. Soul went for the crazy play. However, during the crazy play, Ryze went down, and just like that, even by numbers alone, BalloonBoy a little bit of damage to his name, but really good cleanup from Hideaway there to take down Ryze's second stock.
Look at the space from Soul. Both of blue team members having to go away from Soul, respecting the damage. The overm get put out, because in moments like that, a recovery is all it takes to take that stock. And now Ryze saying, I'm going to kind of weapon starve BalloonBoy a little bit here, or put Hideaway in a very bad spot. A side air as well. So much damage on the Hideaway. Hideaway having to land. BalloonBoy stuck on the wall as well. They both can't get any footing right now.
Ryze is playing so well, supporting Soul's openings, and Soul is just cutting through both BalloonBoy and Hideaway. So many sidelight nairs. The down sig ends up hitting. Hideaway stops them from getting more damage, but I think it's already been done, PJ. Game 1's almost certainly in red team's favor here. Look at how damaged Hideaway is. Axe Neutralite would take him down. Ryze gets the N-Sig, and the down sig connects onto BalloonBoy, and Hideaway stares him straight in the face and gets stabbed by the spear on the end of the move. They both go down to the double knockout. Ryze taking game number 1 with a strong down signature.
You know, I know we talk a lot about momentum leading into sets like this, but surely burnout has to take effect too, but it doesn't look like the red team are feeling any fatigue. They're ready to win this tournament in 6-0 fashion.
Yeah, they have been playing a lot of games back to back.
A lot of games, and waiting too. It's not just playing nonstop, it's a lot.
And off the back of a game 5 where they almost got reverse 3-0'd as well to go into grands and win 4 games in a row, they had to win 6 games to be able to take this championship title, and now they are definitively in the lead. They need 2 more wins to be crowned champions. Hideaway and BalloonBoy have got 3 wins to go to be able to hold on to that title. We're going on to the Fortress of Lions for game number 2, and we have Hideaway off the Onyx onto the Rayman, which was talked a lot about as we saw it earlier today.
Yeah, some axe in the team composition can definitely help out, but right now it's looking not so great for the blue team. BalloonBoy, nice side stick onto Ryze, but so immediately disrupting, getting a hit with the sider of BalloonBoys though, so not a great spot for the red team, but they somehow follow up the sidelight into the ground pound on the spear. The recovery comes in from Soul. It seems like Soul just hits whenever he wants to. I haven't seen Soul whiff anything. Yeah,
and Soul's actually been taking the initiator here in a lot of the team plays, and he's just been succeeding. They're terrified of him, and whenever they get damage onto him, it's fine, but he's just right back into the fray, even unarmed, trying to get a starter here. Hideaway gets up with a neutral light. BalloonBoy just get the punch to the side tip, but then the D-Light side air. Can Soul get the alley-oop? He cannot. BalloonBoy recovers away, does get the reversal on Ryze. Ryze might be down for the count. No, avoids the down heavy from Hideaway and gets the punish. The double down light does not connect, but also doesn't get punished. Ryze getting so much extra credit as that sider will hit the N-Sig from Hideaway, and Hideaway has yet to convince me that this Rayman has done anything other than make him lose stock sooner.
A nice N-Sig from BalloonBoy to close the stock onto Soul, but Ryze still scrapping unarmed, pushing them both away. The blue team are scared of being in a 2v1 even. It's looking tough for the blue team. They need to find a way back in. Ryze being off stage is a great way to start, but Soul elusive. Once again, BalloonBoy not even investing in hitting Soul, just saying, we're going to get this KO on Ryze.
Soul putting out some long-lasting hitboxes with that axe recovery there, trying to catch somebody sleeping. Doesn't quite get it. Down sick from Ryze will get punished. Side air from BalloonBoy, or onto BalloonBoy, will send him flying to the left. And can they get this knockout onto Hideaway? Of course they can. N-Sig will take him down off the hit confirmed from Soul on that axe down air. And BalloonBoy's almost in wall slip. Side light, down light, Sair, he's out of there. Hideaway getting team comboed. Does avoid getting 0 to knockdown and does get the reversal on a Ryze. That's huge because I thought this game was almost done for.
That's such a big moment now, and you had some opportunity to get some extra damage onto Soul for essentially free. Now Ryze being on the last stock, similar to the blue team here. Hideaway in a bad spot, getting hit by so many lance moves. Nice end light into the side tick, gets the down light into the recovery. No recovery afterwards. A drop from BalloonBoy, and now the red team get back on the stage. Not for long though.
Yeah, nair, down light. So much damage coming in from Soul. Nice. The interrupt from Ryze, stopping the down light combo, gets the N-Sig, the sider to stop Soul from taking the stronger knockback. They're playing so well as a team. Chase dodges straight down after 2 nairs. stairs. Great repositional tool, does end up going down. Ryze has to hold on. That recovery almost takes him down. The stairs sends him flying, avoids the weapon throw, but he's got nothing left. Side stick is stopped by Soul's side light. He's saved so many times. Soul playing so good. Down stick will take down BalloonBoy, not yet.
And Soul now with the axe having the position to take these KOs. Recovery comes in, Ryze goes whiff, and Soul gets the double signature to close out the game. Did you see how Soul saved Ryze three times in a row?
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
the unarmed side light kicked him out of the side stick.
Yes.
It's like Rayman took him for a ride, and then he literally just
Kicked him off the axe. He's like, get off
pulled
of
him out
that.
of the bus. He was like, you're not leaving down. We're going to see that here right at the end, right? Because, like, is this the, the side stick moment's coming up. Hideaway, no dodge. Oh, slow-mo may have started a little too soon. No, there's the down tick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But nonetheless, like we were talking a lot about Ryze being a very strong defensive player, but then also showing Soul is like, I got you. Like you're gonna be put in these spots where literally anyone else would get KO'd, but somehow Soul, even on Ulgrim, is like, I will be able to close in the distance and save you.
And now we have it. The Devil Jin golden title locked in for BalloonBoy for this match point game. Hideaway and BalloonBoy have to win 3 games in a row. They've played 5 games and not won a single one. Western Air Temple's where we started, and it might be where we end today's Winter Championship because Ryze and Soul look unstoppable. Hideaway and BalloonBoy bring out a comp that we have not seen today. It is the Devil Jin and the Rayman for game number 6. Game number 6 of Grand Finals.
I'm definitely going to be looking out to see if this BalloonBoy bow will be working out here, as well as the blasters when they get cycled through. But right now, the blue team, great job at juggling. I like that from Soul, going high with that ground pound, trying to get the backwards hitbox. It drops through the wall again.
I'm surprised it caught to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does reposition your opponent a little forward, so you get the spear stab, and he ends up just dropping out of that. BalloonBoy and Hideaway taking so much damage, but so has Ryze. Soul, once again, on the position of taking the stocks first, finds one Sair. Nair not going to knock out BalloonBoy just yet, but Soul looks for the down air, and he might be too low on jumps to make it back. Has the gauntlets, does make it back. Ryze switches his focus over onto Hideaway, and BalloonBoy tries to get some more damage on the Soul. Side light, neutral light, chase dodge up recovery. That's going to be Ryze's stock going down, maybe.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Decides to go down there. Soul might go down as well, just so that they can sync up the spawn timers here. Surprised that X-Air didn't knock him out. That was a weak Sair.
It definitely landed into the stage, which helped Soul's survivability.
It must have caught him like the frame that he jumped or something to be able to get that bounce, because Soul's still holding on.
Somehow weaving in and out of Rayman and BalloonBoy going for that there. Hideaway can't find it. BalloonBoy can't find it. Still holding onto the wall. Nice flip there, and BalloonBoy getting KO'd, and still Soul on this first stock.
Oh, Soul ended up putting on some friendly fire onto Ryze, though. Not looking so good. BalloonBoy gets punished with a Sair, a neutral air. Soul just, I honestly say, just go down. Like this is one of those game states where it's like, okay, you've held on to the stock so long that it's cost Ryze.
Yeah.
BalloonBoy and Hideaway now have a pretty strong lead. Hideaway could go down, and then it's evened up in terms of the game state. But they're getting good damage on the Soul so far.
Yeah, definitely the bow from BalloonBoy being very, very potent at controlling the stage. Exactly what Ryze was doing with that one. That will find a KO, though, and now it's a 2v1 off stage. No dodge, exclamation point, but makes it back to the stage.
BalloonBoy manages to make it through there. Soul and Ryze don't get the edge guard that they were looking for. Hideaway looking for a weapon. Finally gets it. Doesn't take too much damage on Ryze. Winning the 1v1 against BalloonBoy. Does get the down stick. Disarms him. Sidelight comes through. Doesn't want to go for the team combo there because Soul got caught as well. But all the damage has been done to BalloonBoy so far to bring him down to 1 stock. Ryze still holding on pretty nicely. Gets the ground pound. But that's a lot of damage coming onto Ryze. That's their ticket to getting a win here.
Avoids it there, going for the downer. That's a Nair once again, continuing the juggle for the red team. Soul playing point, realizing that Ryze is on their last stock, but so is Hideaway. Looking to go off stage. No, goes for the side stick. Soul jumping over it. GC sidelight. Ryze playing so defensively on the side platform, not wanting to commit to anything. Oh, and that's the ground pound now, the 2v1.
Through, it's Soul now in the 2v1. BalloonBoy and Hideaway almost certainly have this game. Well, let's see. Okay, I don't know if I would do sidelight to punish a down stick like that, but let's see what Soul's got. Cider comes through. Hideaway now in the 1v1. He's just got to run away. Don't ego it. Oh, no. Down air hits. Recovery could knock out. That sends Soul flying to the left. This is scary, PJ. Like, Hideaway's got to play keep away this entire time, and then BalloonBoy stuck in a 1v2 against Soul, who is very clearly eager to end this grand final here and now. Spot dodge is down.
A heck of a story if he could do it, but the side air comes in, and now the 2v1 is much more simple.
Let's see if they can do the weapon starve. They'd have to get it off here. Weapon comes through, they don't stop it.
Lance is scary to fight against in this 2v1. One Soul side air clipping Hideaway could be the end of this 2v1 advantage.
Yeah. Grab cancel down light. What is Soul looking for? He's just trying to fight BalloonBoy. I don't think he's going to take the bait on Hideaway at all.
Yeah.
But recovery down air is looking pretty tough. One nair comes through, another nair is not going to be able to hit. BalloonBoy and Soul are trading, and it's going in BalloonBoy's favor because Soul can't really touch the ground. This might be it here. Ground pound, down sig, gets the spike, nicely done. Hideaway didn't have to do anything. BalloonBoy dismantled Soul by himself, and they've got a chance now. 657 damage coming out from the Devil Jin. This is what people were asking for, and now they've got the first win coming out on BalloonBoy's signature Legends as we're going into game number 4 of the grand final reset.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really see anything besides the bow from BalloonBoy, obviously having some gauntlets to close out some of those KOs, but all things considered, it looked like BalloonBoy was giving the red team a taste of their own medicine with that bow, controlling all of the center stage. It became very difficult for the red team to land, and if they can lean into that, can definitely find some success.
The call from BalloonBoy and Hideaway is saying, hey, if I'm going to be destroying in the 1v1 anyways, you should play your tank. Yeah. Let's get you off Rayman. Let's put you back on the Onyx. It was looking fine. This is the composition. Whoa. They're bringing back the tried and true Zariel Onyx, right? That next evolution of Chronix.
Yeah, exactly.
that they were so successful on in the past. And now they're going up against Ryze and Soul here in game number 4. Finally able to take a game after 5 non-stop losses.
Sidelight from BalloonBoy, going pretty aggressive with that down air, but realizing they have such a big damage lead, they can go for that. BalloonBoy with a weapon toss, gauntlets online, looking to get a KO out on Ryze, but can't find it. Soul fighting back in center stage. Nice nair to follow up, continue the juggle, but no signature connection. Zario's will, though, and that's going to be a unarmed down sig, I believe, to close out that stock onto Ryze.
Can he get the knock on Soul as well? Oh no, PJ is the grand finals. You're at the finish line. You need one more game.
One more game.
Hitting Ryze and Soul here. They've never taken a seasonal championship before, and Hideaway and BalloonBoy might stop them at this rate. I am seeing them run out of steam. BalloonBoy and Hideaway seem to have cracked the code. They're doing so well here. Downlight will take down Hideaway. Can BalloonBoy go down as well? Can they take the lead back?
Downlight sends up, Hideaway lands back down, unarmed, gets it.
Team combo to Ryze, D-Light down air, gets the Cider to Nair, Cider again, Ryze DIs to the right, so he doesn't get bounced down. But that's so much damage going on to Ryze here. It's such a different game now, PJ.
BalloonBoy still on their first stock, Sidelight there, gets his side sig to follow up. That was a weapon toss. Hideaway did weapon toss, nair to pick up as well. That's huge.
Oh, Soul running for his life. Gets spiked by the end sig. BalloonBoy switches over to Ryze. Ryze gets team combo. The gravity cancel. The weapon throw goes to the ground pound. BalloonBoy and Hideaway take down Ryze in under 2 minutes. It's 4 stocks to 2, 4 stocks to 1. You know Soul's jumping off the side of the stage and he's fastballing. There's no way that he is fighting that 2v1. It is game 5, PJ.
It happened so fast, as quickly as it seemed that we got to the grand final reset. BalloonBoy and Hideaway with a couple legend swaps have now forced game 5 true finals. The winner of this game wins the Winter Championship for North America.
Okay, I'm surprised they could take some time there. Like, if I was in their position,
I would wait.
I would take 30 seconds, take a deep breath, and go, what were we doing? We won 5 games in a row. We don't have to be this hasty. They're going back to Western Air Temple. Can they do it? I mean, they won game 1 here. They got the grand final bracket reset here. Let's see.
The 13th game played between these two teams in this tournament. It all comes down to this one.
We're in game 5. There's no more games after this. Hideaway and BalloonBoy look fantastic on the Zariel Onyx. Ryze and Soul are getting dismantled so far at the beginning of this game number 5. Okay, the neutral light's coming through. Nairs are coming through as well. Hideaway taking a lot of damage. They're responding back. It's close.
Okay, and there. Hideaway getting juggled very hard by Ryze's spear there with the Nairs. Hideaway, nice open up there, double sidelight. Great dodge from Ryze. Incredibly crucial to avoid getting KO'd there.
And he gets the down to the highway with the interrupt from BalloonBoy. Gets the Cider back onto the stage with the sidelight recovery, does disarm Ryze. Soul still holding on, gets the recovery again. Downsig not gonna knock out, but both of them trying to land. They dive kick in the same direction, and Hideaway trying to deny the weapon. Sidelight dodged by Hideaway's gravity cancel sidelight. Who's gonna get the first stock here, PJ? Oh, that's not even it.
BalloonBoy still holding on. And Soul looking for that side air there, trying to punish the recovery as well. Soul now stuck in a very bad spot. Some team damage, but Hideaway comes out on top.
First knockout, gets the team combo into Ryze, gets the downer to Nair.
This is so bad.
Neutral light doesn't get the jump. Nair, Soul comes through, stops Ryze from taking any more damage, but a huge lead secured for the blue team. It could have been dead even, but instead Ryze is now in orange because of the double gauntlets combo that came through before Soul was able to save the day.
It seemed like blue team was like, just get as much damage out as we possibly can right now.
Yeah,
we're not going for anything crazy.
Soul, we just need it. Now they're getting a lot of damage on the Hideaway.
Oh, what a ground
with
pound!
The spike gets the ground pound, and now Ryze is on tournament stock.
The combo is huge there, getting the side light into the cannon, down light as well off the GC, but BalloonBoy going for the edge guard, can't find it there, but Hideaway, another side air keeps Soul very, very unhealthy in terms of damage, already about to hit 100.
Ooh, Hideaway trying to avoid Soul. Ryze is letting Soul take the lead here, finds a nair. Hideaway doesn't get punished for the D-Light down air. Oh no, I thought Ryze was going to get sent for a ride. Side sig doesn't take down Hideaway. BalloonBoy ends up going up high. Soul has to look for one of these stocks, gets the end sig. Hideaway doesn't get the save, but it doesn't matter. Still surviving on Western Air Temple here. Soul needs to take these stocks. There's an end sig. Can he get it? Recovery off the stair. They take the lead in numbers. This could be Ryze and Soul taking it back.
They're up one stock, but Soul loses this stock, leaves Ryze in a 2v1. It could be so bad. We've seen this strategy fail before the red team.
Get him? He doesn't get him. BalloonBoy on the bow. Oh, he gets burned by one nair. Yeah, another nair come through. Sidelight, side air.
Run! Drop the weapon and go, man. You got to get out of there. He picks up a weapon. He fights back. He's fine. Soul gets back.
Gets a team combo, but it gets interrupted.
No, it's so bad.
He's spike. Does he go for the ground pound onto Soul there? No, he doesn't. Okay, no weapon for Soul. Advantage for blue team. Oh, this is so close.
No weapon still. He picks up a lance, though. It's big.
Oh, down light, down air. Does a combo into recovery. Soul gets the down light, gets stopped by BalloonBoy. Hideaway can't find the sidelight openers. Ryze is now the weak link. He has to avoid everything from Hideaway and BalloonBoy. Dodges the recovery, gets the down light. Doesn't get the double down light.
Doesn't get hit by the downer either, though. Hideaway stuck outside. BalloonBoy getting juggled.
So close.
And light and sidelight. And the team damage.
Hideaway.
That's big now. Can you find it here? Can the red team clutch it? They can't find any hits. The blue team makes it back.
The ground pound can Soul equalize
it's a
it.
2v1.
Downstick could win the game. Just a downstick against the side air. No way.
It's a 1v1 for the tournament. It's a doubles tournament, but it comes down to Soul and BalloonBoy. Who's going to clutch it? Which duo will take this championship?
Oh, the nair again. BalloonBoy, does he get the recovery?
Man.
He does, but he's not disarmed. It's one hit for both players. Soul, is he going to throw the weapon away? He throws the weapon away. He picks up the lance. The recovery hits it. BalloonBoy clutches the reverse. 3-0 over Ryze and Soul. BalloonBoy and Hideaway are your 2025 Winter Doubles champions for North America. I cannot believe it, PJ. I wanted it so bad for Soul. They went up 5 games in a row.